Hey guys, welcome to the Silver Report. Here we are. It's Sunday, February 19th, 2017. We have gold currently trading at $1,236.30. Silver's closed out $18.08. And let's get right into some of the economic news that will be playing a part into the price of precious metals. Now, what we see here, and it's great, Senator Rand Paul, he said he ripped fellow Republican Senator John McCain on Sunday after McCain criticized President Trump's escalating war of words with the media. He argued that the nation is very lucky, this is his quote, that Trump is president and not McCain, who won the 2008 GOP nomination, but lost to Barack Obama in the general election. Rand Paul came out and he's saying, McCain's recent criticism of Trump are driven by his personal dispute with the president over foreign policy. He added that McCain and Trump are at odds because McCain supports the wide deployment of U.S. troops to protect and promote American interest abroad, while he characterized Trump's views as close to realpolitik approach to foreign policy. And this is his quote. Rand Paul said, everything that he says about the president is colored by his own personal dispute he's got running with President Trump, and it should be taken with a grain of salt because John McCain's the guy who advocated for war everywhere, unquote. And so this week, he would bankrupt the nation. We're very lucky John McCain's not in charge because I think we'd be in perpetual war, Paul added. And that's exactly what we face with some of these rhino Republicans that we have controlling the government. And so when it comes to electing a president and hoping that somehow this economic agenda will go through so well, we've already seen so much resistance coming out of the Hill to some of Donald Trump's advisors, his panel. This is record-breaking, the amount of time it takes to get somebody's cabinet into position within the White House. So he warned of the suppression of a free press could lead to a dictatorial regime, and that's exactly what we would have had. He harshly criticized Trump's expressed respect for Russian President Vladimir Putin and his suggestion earlier this month that the United States does not have the moral authority to criticize Russia's human rights record. And this is exactly true. I don't understand, when you really look at it from the real perspective, we were waterboarding people that we caught in Iraq, Afghanistan. We went to war through multiple countries, Libya, Muammar Gaddafi. This past administration was covered with scandal, blood on its hands. America is not innocent. It has blood on its hands. And that's exactly what he said during that interview. He said, he's a murderer. That's what he spoke about Vladimir Putin. He said, some of the people running the United States are murderers. And so he didn't say anything out of place. He just said something that was not in line with the narrative, which is war with Russia, conquering Russia, because in essence they pose a threat to the establishment's lock on the US dollar, because they have Vladimir Putin coming out and backing up some countries that the United States secretly and covertly wanted to make war with in order to secure its dominance over the Middle East oil market. And so he said that the United States does not have the moral authority to criticize Russia's human rights. That's true. So Rand Paul comes out and he said that there has no effort by the Trump administration to suppress the media, noting that no legislation has been offered to curb press's freedom. So what they're discussing is that somehow using the office of the presidency and speaking negatively about what is going on, it's about time we have a president that comes out and is unashamed to speak the truth of the matter, is that we are being lied to. It's propaganda put forth with the narrative to conquer this people. And so Paul argued that McCain has a history of being wrong major foreign policy questions. So I would say, this is this quote again, I would say John McCain's been wrong on just about everything over the last 4 decades. He advocated for the Iraq War, which I think destabilized the Middle East, unquote. If you look at the map, there's probably at least 6 different countries where John McCain has advocated for us having boots on the ground. And that's exactly what the issue we have at bay is that when you get into Washington, you're in a pit of enemies, a pit of opposition. And that's exactly what we face moving forward. And when these shadow government operatives that are there, that have accumulated so much power as a result of their tenure in Washington, as a result of their private contracts with interest groups, as a result of their backdoor deals, they are hard to be unseated. And then what we face is that when change comes, real change comes to Washington, when they begin to even speak about draining the swamp, you have these ogres that guard the swamp that step in to begin to add to this false narrative, to give backing to NBC, to ABC, this fake media that's out there. And you know what? Before long, when they have their way, they've already have the bill to censor the internet in place. We have to be afraid of what we speak. We have to be afraid of asserting our opinions, or else we no longer fit within their spectrum. We no longer fit within their control, because they control the internet. They control the money. They control the algorithms. And you know what? Even coming out and speaking what the truth is these days, it puts you at odds with the establishment. All right, thank you guys for joining me here on the Silver Report. If you like the videos, be sure to subscribe, share the videos, like the videos. I thank you so much for stopping by, and as always, stay safe.